So my name is Allie, or Allie Bear, um, and this is going to be my first actual gameplay video. I've always wanted to actually do gameplay videos, but I was too caught up with my job. But recently, I have come to take in an injury, so I'm unable to work currently. So this is going to be the only way I can make money at the time. So if you're watching this, I very much appreciate it. And so the game I'm going to play today is called Vampires in Your Area. It's kind of like a dating simulator game, which I played plenty of those. I've been playing games like those since I was a teenager. So it's not something I'm new to. So I guess we'll start and we'll play it. I also might turn down my audio because it's like way too loud for me. Hold on. There's like not much of the unseen. Oh, I can do full screen? Oh my goodness, why did it not tell me that before? As if that does anything, because I tried doing a video earlier and my screen was like uneven. It didn't even cover the entire screen. It like cropped it to like one part of the screen. So like the video that I did for then is gone because it recorded nothing. It was literally just a close-up of a corner. Anyways, we're gonna get started. My name, Allie. Hair, they have green hair. I like this one because my hair's wavy. Like wavy and curly. Clothes. I like the purple one. This bra reminds me of the bras that Twice wore for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. They look so good. It like makes me want to get one of them. I don't really like tight clothes like that, but these jeans are cute. I'm gonna do this one. Okay. Also, I'm going to let you know this, but my voice gets very like is it groggy? I don't know if it's groggy, but my voice it tends to get very raspy when I talk too much. So if you hear me be silent, I might be drinking water or I'm just trying to not feel like dying because like it hurts to talk. That reminds me, I need to get a drink real fast. Thankfully, I have water right by my bed. Okay. You dragged your feet up the stairs and down the halls to your new apartment. Not new apartment, apartment building. It was a long day in the Space Cafe, making drinks and politely listening to the same regulars making all the same talk. Same small talk. I said small same talk. Same small talk. Weather has been weird lately. Can you believe it's New Year already? It's so busy here today, huh? You reached the hallway to your apartment. No matter. You were off work now and had a few days off too, which was rare. You were free to spend a few days lazing about, reading your favorite magazine and doing some sketches. You fiddled your keys in the door, trying to coax the cheap lock to cooperate. Another complaint to the landlord. Just then, muffled yelling made its way out to the hallway. You could only sigh. You always do this. Oh, sure. It's always my fault. My parents are coming all the way from Pleiades. Wait, Pleiades? Pleiades? I told you weeks ago. Whatever, I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. door across from you jerked open and a short Martian stumped out, slamming the door behind him, marching away down the hall. As you finally got to your door, unlocked, you could hear a muffled sobbing. You winced sympathetically. Not even aliens could avoid the many pitfalls of relationship drama. You shook your head. You were going to be different. Someday, soon, you would find real love. And you'd have your happily ever after. Nothing was gonna stop you. Thud. You fell into your apartment and onto your face. Oh, this is fragile. Huh. You looked back to find a small box right outside your door. You must have been so preoccupied that you missed it. Not even bothering to get up, you dragged the box over. I'm certain I wasn't expecting a delivery. Oh, it's a blood bag delivery box. Is the bat and says Fang's delivery. Apartment 8. This is our apartment, I think. But the name's Ellis. My name is not Ellis. Sure enough, the tag on your box had your neighbor's name on it. You groaned and got up. This was the second time this week that you had received someone else's mail. You were starting to seriously suspect that the delivery man just wanted to mess with you. With some effort, you picked up the box and carried it over to your neighbor. You knocked on the door. No response. Ellis, the man who lived there, was always on the go, so no surprise he wasn't home. You gently placed the box down in the front door. You should probably leave him a note. You grabbed a sticky note and pen from your apartment and scribbled down a note. Please check that your delivery address is correct. My throat is so dry. My throat. Why? What did I do to deserve such a dry throat? It would be best to prevent any more mishaps like this one. Your efforts were wasted though, as the door pulled open, revealing not your neighbor. Why is he shirtless? Why is it doing on like that? Can I help you? Your usual neighbor was a middle-aged man with black hair and warm brown eyes. Complete opposite of the man before you right now. This man had pale blue dark hair. I love pale blue. It's a pretty color. And was considerably taller. He also wasn't wearing a shirt, but you tried your best not to focus on that. He has a lot of flower tattoos. Who are you? He raised an eyebrow at that. Shouldn't I be asking that? So were you gonna tell me what you want, or... Oh god, that reminded me of this one clip of Noah Centineo. No. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean, but like this, I hate that. I hate that clip. Oh god, this is awkward. I got Ellis's mail by mistake. The man bent down to pick up the box, causing to regard the sticky note. Allie, huh? He smirked at you. How neighborly of you. I'll give this to Ellis when he gets back. Before you could get a chance to reply, he stepped back inside and closed the door. You were left standing in the hallway, confused. This was so rude. After a moment, you returned to your own apartment. This cow plushie? It's so cute. But I can't tell if this was a sock or a little bow ribbon thingy. Click on something. Your cow plush. This plushie is very sentimental. Your last boyfriend had been disappointing in many ways. Mostly he kept ditching you during dates. Work, he said. Work turned out to be that harpy? I don't want to say it wrong. Harp? I'm just gonna say harp. He was always with. Whatever, she could have him. You decided to buy yourself an emotional support cow instead. Benjamin the cow was way more comforting to have around. The lead singer of Zub. She's so cool, pretty, successful, in a happy relationship. Unlike you. She's got a lot of hearts on her. Are tattoos normal in this game? Sticky notes. Read a book, yoga, and fold laundry. Reading is not my forte. But if it's like a book that I've listened to, like one of my favorite book series ever is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm actually very excited for the next season on Netflix. Um, but yeah, reading book is not my forte. It made me tired. Unless I want to purposely make myself tired, I'm not going to read. I can't even read out loud because it makes my voice like I'm not a person that has so like I have always been called a very quiet person. Like I have a quiet voice. So it's not really me to be talking a lot. But I gotta get used to that because I want to do gameplays and I want to stream. So, and one of the reasons I'm doing a gameplay today is because Queso doesn't stream on Saturdays. So I decided I'm going to do some games because there's not much else to do. So I might as well keep myself busy. Yoga. Yoga. I don't have the balance for yoga, but I think yoga is cool. Folding laundry, I like the fold laundry. It's comforting. One of these days, I'll get to these things. Sorry. Soda. Everyone agrees Citrus Starburst is the best soda flavor. Followed closely by Bubble Blue Potion. Window. That is a pretty view. Cheap and small. That doesn't... I don't think that's small. I know a lot of people who have apartments that are like... apartments might be the size of this bedroom. It's crazy. Rogue. Love quiz inside. Cat Girl, summer is here. So if Martians exist and harps exist, I don't know if it's harps or harpies. Because harps are literally an instrument. But harpies are like those I don't know the word. They like have a very they're kind of like sirens, but they have wings, right? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Anyways, one time the horoscope email predicted the end of a relationship for you. Then again, the witch writing horoscopes is a world famous, so it makes sense. Love quiz. Do you breathe oxygen? Yes. Do you have a heart? A heartbeat? Yes. Do you enjoy games? Yes. Do you believe in true love? Yes. So, like, what do you have to do to get human? Like, oxygen? No. To space? No. Do you require food? No. Enjoy blood. Oh, so I'm guessing if a vampire is answering this, this would lead them to it, to human. Okay. But the vampire one says, leave the boring logic to others, throw cautions to the wind, and chase the love that's closer than you think. Your ideal type is vampire. Sketchbook. These are so good. The kitty plushie. I also really enjoy drawing. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I actually wanted to go to college originally to be a storyboard artist, but that didn't end up happening because of COVID. So I took psychology instead. Okay. It's a CD. A CD. Only randomly burn onto this. Okay, I guess we'll go to the computer. Clarissa Cat calls for boycott after hair loss. Oh no. What is Kerbalife? Media shower. Chairman of Mars Beauty apologizes for warm red pigment that causes uterus to sprout into what? Um, single vampires in your area. That's sort of suspicious. But this might be a sign from the universe. What's your username? Oh, it's gonna be the same as my username. Wait, I spelled it wrong. Welcome to Vamp Chat. Finding matches in your area. Butter cake. Hi. Hey. You a guy? No, I'm not. Sorry. No problem. Good luck on you. You too. Bennett? I don't trust anyone with XD in their name. Hello. Oh, and you said sup. Fun. What? Come on, send me your address. I'll make it worth it. I'm not putting up with that. You glance at your window. It's dark already. I'll try Woodbird time, then I'll go to bed. Hey. Hi. So, question. Oh, no. I'm not sending you my address. I was gonna ask what your blood type was, but no, I'm intrigued. Oh, I'm type O positive. I'm not O positive. I'm actually A positive. Oh, a human. Here, you can have my address instead as a peace offering. Haha, very funny. This is literally my apartment. Oh wait, it's the guy that's in that apartment next to her. No apartment. I guess the room apartment next to her. That's not her neighbor, Ellis. Okay, you. Me? You're my neighbor. Oh, you. Yeah, me. You're at apartment 10. That's where you. Yeah, it's still the wrong address. Oh no, God forbid you have to take 3 steps over here. You might damage more of my mail. Damage? You bursted several of my blood bags. I wouldn't have kicked it if it hadn't been in front of my door. You kicked my mail? Maybe if I didn't fall over someone else's mail. Is that my fault? You can't look where you're going. You're insufferable. Shit. No way your luck is that bad. You woke up before your alarm even went off? Honestly, you barely managed to sleep that night. You didn't look forward to working this tired. I don't like going to work tired. The cafe opened later on Saturdays, but it was also busier. Saturdays specifically attracted a lot of couples looking for cozy location and brunch dates. You were gonna have to deal with a lot of that while being totally sleep deprived. Soon enough, your alarm interprets your thought. And interrupts your thoughts. After a shower, you grabbed an apple from the kitchen and ran out the door. Work was only a few blocks away, so if you ran, you could make it in 10 minutes, which you always did. I would not run to work. That is a lot of plants. You think anyone like enters this and they get like hit with a bunch of the plants in their face? I feel like I would. Morning, Allie. This girl is so cute. Oh my goodness. You waved at her. The uniform policy was lax, so you had options. See, I like shorts. but I don't like the color. It's kind of like a Halloween color, which I don't mind because it's October and Halloween's in a couple of weeks. I think I like the dress. Your day went by slowly as a couple of couples came in for their weekend dates. You were too tired to care. You just wanted to get through the day. You made sure to glance at the clock regularly, but time just seemed to pass at a snail's pace. Finally, you reached the last stretch of your shift. Have y'all ever been to work and it's just like the longest day ever? Like, even like in the morning, like the morning is the worst part for me because I feel like it just takes forever. But still, that afternoon just takes forever as well. It sucks because even on the days before I get my days off, it still feels so slow. He glanced over at the crowded cafe. There were quite a few interesting guests. A werewolf sitting by herself at the table picking at her food. By the register, a fiendish woman and a fae were playfully arguing over who would pay the bill. Meanwhile, an older couple were sitting by the window, seriously bickering over desserts. By the door, a tiny golem was holding the door for another equally. Did I say the right word? Did I say golem or did I say something else? I don't remember. A golem? Like an iron golem from Minecraft? I wanted to see that. I want to see that. He watched as they stepped out and yet another customer came in. It was a tall man with red eyes and pale blue hair. Oh, it's the neighbor. Wait, wasn't that your neighbor? Be professional about this. You look down, straightening up your clothes, and you put on your best customer service smile. He paused when he recognized you, but quickly returned to his normal smug demeanor. He's tall. Look, his head literally goes up, like it cuts off because he's that tall. Well, isn't this a delightful coincidence? He was wearing bright pink sunglasses and a blue pin-up. I think he likes flowers. The flower, like rose tattoos, and then what are these? Are these cherry blossoms? Plastered on his face was an amused grin, showing off the two very sharp fangs. Yeah, what a great coincidence. Are you always? Never mind. Can I get an espresso to go? Sure. Can I have your name, please? It's Lennox, but you can call me. You can use Knox. Okay. Knox left as soon as you handed him his coffee. You lingered a while past the end of your shift so you could be sure not to run into him. You lived in cramped apartments long enough to know that the worst thing in the world was getting caught in an elevator with someone you weren't thrilled to talk to. It's only on the second floor, so you rarely took the elevator. Being caught in the stairwell wouldn't be much better. You made your way down the hallway to your door, thinking in the stars that there was no one there. Why can't you be happy for me? You let out an audible sigh. This again? Oh yes, I'm so happy that you've decided to abandon me here while you go chase your dreams. You fiddled with your lock, cursing the landlord for every unsuccessful jiggle of your key. So I should just give up on everything so you can be happy? You were fine with that when I was the one leaving everything behind for you. Oh? Your door finally clicked open and you quickly stepped inside. You quickly pulled off your shoes and tossed them. How do you say this word? Haphazardly? Hazardly. That's what I'm gonna say, hazardly. To an unoccupied corner. You should probably eat something before you unwind. So there's nothing in the fridge. Microwave, you found some leftovers inside. You munched on your leftovers as you headed to your computer. You turn on your PC to do some browsing. Ding! Notification. Where's that screaming come from? Right. It's not me. It's coming from apartment 7. Oh, can they shut up? I'm gonna complain. Oh, they don't know much talk. Good luck with. So, Allie? Yeah. Wanna send me your address? You should have it since Sunnyvale for some unexplainable reason. Actually, I wanted to ask what you're doing on this site. Are you judging me for being on a site we're both using? Not at all. Actually, I own this site. I forgot about it until recently. How do you forget about a site you own? You had made a. I don't know. That seems too mean. Really? It's a few years ago. I actually made it for a friend who had a terrible luck dating. Did it help them? Ellis is still single. So oh, it's for Ellis. So no. Ellis is also a vampire? You didn't know? Anyways, I've told you why I'm here. Your turn. Okay, fair is fair. Well, I'm looking for love, I guess. And how's that working out? Well, I'm talking to you, so great. I am great, aren't I? Oh, Ellis is back. Got to go. Later. The days go by, like, it doesn't even transition to her going to bed. So the alarm didn't go off. You don't work. You finished breakfast, showered, and got dressed. Normally, days off were staying in pajamas and lazing about, but you had to get groceries today. You sped through your shopping, wanting to spend as little every precious day off doing chores as possible. You glanced over at a basket of groceries. It seemed like you had everything. You should probably stop by the snack aisle. I feel like I should get him something because I destroyed his blood bags by accidentally tripping over them 2 times. Coffee and blood. Bloody lips, blood-based candies. Which are coffee hard candy. Like, I don't. Candies, this seems hard. I don't like hard stuff. Hard candy, no. Chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. Laughing from behind you, somewhere stops and you track the fruit. Is it Knox? That'd be so scary if he was there just laughing when we were getting him a snack. Oh no. They acted like teenagers in love, although they were clearly much older than that. Normally, the sort of thing would happen, you'd be smelling at yourself and fantasizing about your prospective happily ever after. The scene, however, was doing the opposite for you in this moment. It suddenly felt like your future was bleak and hopeless. These people were not strangers. Well, one of them. That's your ex? Girl. Her standards were lower. Like, what is that green top and pink shorts? That hair? And he looks like that? Nah. The woman was not the one he had cheated on you with. Old habits die hard, you suppose, as he and the woman whispered to each other. You quickly and quietly stepped away, unable to. I would just leave. He deserved to be yelled at, but you felt bad for the store employees. You hate when people at the cafe yelled at each other and you had to get them to leave. So many regrets, so many bad decisions. You quietly walked down the familiar hallway to your apartment. Something was different, though. Standing in the hallway were some of your neighbors carrying boxes out the apartment in silence. I mean, they were yelling at each other a lot. I mean, if you're yelling at your partner, like if you're both yelling at each other, either your communication is bad, or you just need to go separate ways. It really closed the door behind you. When you heard your computer beep from your room, did you see the screaming neighbors are leaving? I was gonna go over there today, but they already moved stuff out. I saw, what's up with you? I ran into my ex. I'm just having a bad day. Wait. You stared at your screen for a few minutes, but no, you wondered what's that? There's a knock at your door. And he's shirtless again. It was him. And he was shirtless yet again. Okay. Here. I handed you something. A full tub of ice cream. What flavor? It's like, see, I like mint chocolate ice cream. That's good. I love frozen yogurt. My favorite frozen yogurt would be like chocolate frozen yogurt, but I also like frozen yogurt swirl. And then I also like pistachio ice cream. And I also like brownie chunk ice cream. I love chocolate, if you can tell. It'll help. I know for a fact because it's enough to help Ellis and his issues. It'll definitely help you. Tear it up a little. That was really nice. Thank you. Hey, now it's okay. Gave you an unsure pat on the head. There. Much better. Oh, wait here for a second. You grab the candy you got for him and quickly returns. You handed it over. It was meant to be for an apology, but I guess now it's more of a thank you. Hold on, I need water. I almost fell. Shoot. My throat. Thank you. For admitting you were wrong for kicking my mill. You just gonna leave like that? The rest of your day. Also, if I go by too fast, I'm sorry, but I'm a really fast reader. So I'm gonna try not to go too fast. So if you want to read it, you can. There was no denying the ice cream definitely helped. Thank you for the ice cream yesterday. No worries. Can't let my favorite neighbor suffer too much. To be honest, I'm the only neighbor you know, aren't I? Details, details. So why are you crashing with Ellis again anyway? Curious, are we? Yes, actually. Well, it's not very. I'm just taking a break from. What do you do for work? This and that. Is this another way of saying you're unemployed? I do work. How do you know Ellis? As a family friend. Hmm. He messaged first though. Wait, did he? No, I did. Okay. Coming home from another long day, you were looking forward to a warm shower and snuggling into bed. That's what I do too. I like, as soon as I get home, as soon as I go, I'm sorry, I was yawning. I change into different clothes because I get home usually from work around 3, but currently I am not working because of an injury. So I'm unable to work and I have no money. I do have money, but like I'm not getting paid currently. Okay. Coming home, warm shower. You got yelled at by a rude customer who didn't understand how queues work. To make things worse, you would accidentally spill coffee on yourself. Now the day was finally at an end. That's a cute bathroom. I like the tile color. The heart mirror. What does my ear itch? Scudding your shoes and dragging your feet to the bathroom. Your hopes for the evening were unfortunately dashed. However, as you realized too late that you did not have hot water. Cold and wet and more than a little annoyed, you get out of the shower, wrapping a towel around you. Stomping to. She's gonna ask if he has warm water. And he's gonna invite her to come over and shower. Okay. Do you have hot water? Hello to you too, Allie. I'm good, thanks for asking. Nox, I've had a long day and I'm cold. This is not the time. I'll check. Water is fine for me. You having issues? You can come over and use the shower over here. I'm gonna call the landlord. Drag us out to the kitchen. You listen to the dial tone, impatiently tapping her feet. What? Hey, it's Ellie from apartment. Okay, and? My hot water isn't working. Look, I'm a little busy right now. I'll send some over with the week. What? What's the point of being a landlord if you're not gonna be there for your tenants? Right? That's the word, tenants, right? But what am I supposed to do till then? It's warm out, and you'll be okay. You said I had to wait a while. Well, this place is horrible. My offer stands. You should come over here and shower. Really? I promise I won't bite. Fine, for sure. I'm not gonna deny a warm shower. Like, the only time I might actually take a cold shower is if it's an extremely hot day out and I feel like I'm sticky from all the sweat. Sighing over what was bound to be an awkward encounter, you gathered your stuff. You're about to knock on Knox's door when he opened it. And he... I was gonna say, and he's shirtless. Why are you always shirtless? Should you really be asking me that? He looked you up and down. Oh, because she's wearing her towel still. Oh, you were still just wearing your towel. So what? It's not like you're naked. So there it was, the awkward counter you unexpected. What, don't like it? I mean, if that was me, I would be this. But I'm gonna say this because it's funny. What, don't like it? Knox leaned forward, a devious smirk on his face. I never said that. The words were quiet enough that you almost missed them. You could already feel your face heating up. Knox stepped aside and gestured for you to come in. The inside of the apartment was not what you had expected. There were a lot of earthy tones. Nothing seemed to fully match anything else. Knox must have noticed you only looking around because he laughed. Ellis has always had his own unique taste. It's charming in its own way. Speaking of Ellis, I reminded you that you hadn't seen him in a while. That wasn't too strange though. A few times you gone to talk to him, he always seemed to be in a hurry somewhere. He always showed up again eventually. You wondered why he had an apartment if he was never here. So where's the bathroom? That's what I'm here for, so where's the bathroom, please? You could guess the apartment layout looked to be the same, but it seemed to be rude to just go without being shown. Knox raised an eyebrow. Now suddenly you want to be polite. You said show. This way. He didn't even let you finish. The bathroom was indeed the same place as yours. The tiles were a different color though. These colors? This red and pink and orange and more pink and like a like 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 a white almost. These are kind of like the colors of the lesbian flag. The lesbian flag is very pretty. Bathroom was indeed the same as yours. I already said this. Yours hadn't been replaced, so Ellis must have made his hadn't been replaced, so Ellis must have had his redone. Glancing down, there were a pair of very fluffy bunny slippers. You raised an eyebrow at Knox, but he just grinned at you. Enjoy your shower. And with that, he returned around and left. You had to admit a hot shower was worth the awkward situation. Why is she wearing the same clothes? You think if you shower after coming home, you would get into different clothes. That's like get in pajamas or something. Why is he on the couch? on the couch like that. Oh my god, why did I think that was a mosquito? This scared me. I thought it was a giant mosquito. Actually, yeah, this view behind you is very pretty. You wish. Even though he said that his face had quite amused by the situation. May got up and walked over, leaning in, so you wondered if he was about to kiss you. Instead, he gave you a smug grin. Need me to walk you home? I don't know. It's literally... So he's in apartment 10. And I'm 8? It's like a door down. Should I say sure? Sure. Knox dutifully led you back to your apartment. Knox. Yes, may I help you with something? I got your mail again. I wonder how that happened. Do not try to kick it. Bloodstains are so difficult to deal with. You're doing it on purpose now. Maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to see my favorite neighbor. You're just so cute when you're mad. Sounds like you want more of your mail destroyed. I'll come get it. If what? You agree to come with me to the Saturn Festival next week. Oh. Sure, it's a date? It's not a date, right? I don't want to assume it's a date. So, it's not a date, right? Tyler. I mean, that seems like a date to me, so. I was hoping you'd say that. Did it just skip? Before you realized time had passed by, now you're only a few days away from the date. You were nervous. You could feel your stomach tying itself into knots. You absentmindedly wiped the counter as you mulled over what you would wear. 2 celebratory caramel lattes to go, please. Alright, work. You grab the cups and your marker. Your name is? Clara. What's the occasion? You looked up at her first. Oh, she's so pretty. She's a baddie. She was definitely meeting with Alex. He does not deserve all that. Are you okay? Something wrong? She seemed genuinely concerned. She must not have recognized you. I'm okay. She looked relieved, giving you another bright smile. I think I'm gonna ask, what's the occasion? She giggled a little before leaning forward as to impart some sort of secret. I got a jerk in a lot of trouble today. You blinked at her. This is the last thing you were expecting to hear. She must have seen your confusion because she quickly explains. I was seeing this guy, but turns out he was a two-timing scumbag. He sure was. She giggled again. So I did the only reasonable thing. I called his mom and tattled. Well, I've been to yoga class with her for years, so of course she took my side. Dang. What kind of scumbag are you if not even your mom wants to take your side? You're stunned by this information. Clara held out the lattes and you passed her. Mischievous twinkle in her eye. Me and his mom are going to have a girls' night. He'll never hear the end of this. With that, she placed the money for lattes on the counter and turned to leave, pausing for after a moment and turning back to face you. She placed one of the lattes on the counter to free up her hands and fish something out of her bag. She placed a card on the counter in front of you. You should come to yoga with us sometime. You seem cool. Oh, that's nice, because she actually likes yoga. And she was off it again. Made your way home. What the hell are you doing? Knox, it's 2 a.m. The best time to pack stuff. Why are you packing? You're leaving? obviously you asked me out on a date. And now you're leaving. This isn't funny. Look, I'm not going right now, but I do have to leave eventually. I just won't be next door. That doesn't mean I'll disappear. Where do you usually stay? Ethiopia Hills. That's so far away. 2 hours. A 2 hour drive. My anxiety's so bad I won't even drive to my home. I don't even know the original layout of my hometown. Like I can't. Shouldn't you be sleeping? Don't change the topic. Good night. Telling you the day of your date had arrived. Knox was going to come by and get you late in the afternoon, so you had allowed yourself to sleep in. The Saturn Festival is really an excuse to get drunk usually. People would flood the streets, drink, eat, and wait for nightfall to see when you could see the stars more clearly. On this one night every year, you could see Saturn. Ow! What the heck? I just got like this sharp pain in my foot. You see Saturn passing you by, accompanied by one of your moons. It is definitely a sight worth seeing. You could manage the crowds, if you could. I don't like crowds. Your nerves are shot. Landlord fixed your water. That's good. You still have to pay your water bill. Yeah. Once you had taken a shower, it's time to settle in an outfit. You had narrowed down your choices for the night before you had to make up your mind. That's not my style. Like, I like these pants. Like, the heart button's cute. I like this skirt. I like the color. The top, not so much, maybe. I think I like this one. That settled, you decided to go to do some light stretching to pass time. Before you knew it, there's a knock at your door. You went to. When you opened the door, you could finally see him. Except it wasn't Knox. Alice. He looks like a werewolf, actually, not a vampire. He smiled warmly. Lovely to see you again. I don't mean to hold you up, I just wanted to come over here and show face. Lennox is convinced people are going to think he murdered me or something, so I'm stopping by to say I'm not dead. Well, I am undead. But I'm a vampire, so I appreciate that. Thanks, Alice. You just closed the door when there was another knock. Had Alice forgotten something? You open the door again. It was Knox. I like that sweater color. That's something I would wear. You could see him looking you up and down. You look beautiful. Caught you off guard. Then he handed you something, a deep maroon colored rose. That's so pretty. It suits you. This level of earnesty caught you by surprise a bit. Let me just put this in some water before we go. Sure, take your time. He leaned against your doorframe. The rose! You had initially planned to go out to the center of town, but quickly discovered that the streets were already packed. How would you be able to see anything with all these buildings in the way, though? Like, there's like a balcony up here, looks like. You should go up there. Knox, move closer to you. Knox, let's just grab a drink. I know a spot that's quieter. You move through the crowd slowly, carefully to not get separated. See, this is what I usually do when I'm someone and I'm trying not to get lost. Or I grab onto their clothing, or if they're wearing a bag, I grab the bag. I'm gonna take it. You can make out the faintest smirk playing on his lips. He was clearly happy about this. At long last, you have reached one of the many drink carts. A seem to contain both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Why is there a gnat on my computer? I'm so tired of these gnats. Hello, hello. What can I get for you? I'm gonna do alcoholic. Cherry pie? That sounds good. Has a bit of alcohol in it. You have to drink, so you told yourself. Iced coffee. Does he? You don't drink? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Mitsu made your way through the crowd on small. He led you through the crowd, not letting go. Finally, he opened the door to the building. Is he gonna take us to the balcony? Yup. He's smart. The sky was finally dark, and sure enough, there was a Saturn and a moon. That is so pretty. Pretty. Looking over, he had not taken his eyes off you yet. You had leaned over the edge slightly to see crowds of people below and a million twinkling lights when you looked up. We're really high up. You're supposed to be looking up, not down. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. I'm really glad about coming here, about meeting you. It's a little strange to hear Nox get serious like this. It wasn't like him. That made you eager to know what he would say next. Nox looked over at you, firmly fixing you in his gaze. I really do like you. I don't know why you said my name like that. I can't stay with Ellis for much longer, but I'm like breathing way too much. My stomach feels like I've had all the oxygen sucked out. He took a deep breath. I want to keep seeing more of you, even after I leave. A breath got caught in your throat. You understood this question. He was asking about dating. Not just a one-and-a-time date like today, but an indefinite type where you could expect to have him in your life for years to come. I also want to keep seeing you too. Without realizing it, Nox had become such a large part of your life. It was strange to imagine him not being there. He grinned at you, not breaking eye contact for a moment. I'm not the one to make a move. I would just like, I'm gonna consider it. Eventually, Nox did not seem to share your nerves because he had leaned forward towards you. Oh my god. I'm breathing too hard. Like, I'm not breathing too hard, but like, I'm speaking too much and it hurts my stomach. Nox did not seem to share your nerves because he leaned forward towards you. He paused for a moment when his lips barely touched an inch from yours, clearly giving you a chance to pull away. When that didn't happen, he pressed on. The kiss was light, gentle. You could tell he was being careful not to accidentally nip you. You weren't sure how long it lasted in reality, but in your head it felt like it was over far too soon. When he pulled away, you could still feel the sensation of the kiss on your lips. The minty scent of him still lingered. After you returned at home that night, you spent a few hours just laying on your bed staring up at the ceiling. You rushed through your shopping, grabbing the newest edition of Rogan early and eagerly hurrying to check. I cannot speak. You pulled out the magazine and flipped through it as you walked back home. Normally, this level of eagerness was a result of your excitement to read your favorite magazine. Today, however, was fully an attempt to distract yourself. When you got back to your apartment, you'd be seeing Knox off. He was leaving. He wouldn't be next door anymore. He kept reassuring you that you'd still see plenty of each other, but it wouldn't be the same. He promised he'd keep you in tab with your chat open all the time so he'd immediately know if you messaged him. That had calmed you slightly. At least he'd have to get his mail redirected. Wait, at least he'd finally have to get his mail redirected. You glanced over at the pages of Rogue magazine. Nothing was holding your attention today. Until you came across the horoscope section. You found yours in the same spot. Seize the day. Don't leave anything unsaid. Don't leave any room for regret. Take the initiative. Okay. You ran the rest of the way back home, your heart still pounding in your ears. You finally made it to the hallway. You should have time before Knox left. You knocked on the door, but no one answered. Your heart dropped. And you wouldn't have left without a goodbye, right? You shook your head, trying hard to dispel the bad feelings. Allie? The voice had come from behind you in the hallway, other than from beyond the door. You spun around to see him standing there, clearly confused. I was worried you left already. I wouldn't do that. I was just at the store. We must have missed each other. I don't know. The horoscope said take initiative. You suddenly felt the urge to kiss him. With your heart pounding in your ears, you took a leap of faith. Knox seemed caught off guard for only a second as your lips collided. Then you felt his hand on the small of your back as he pulled you into him, deepening the kiss. It felt as though a million butterflies had spawned in your stomach as his fangs brushed your lips. I need to breathe. It was a kiss that felt as if it was going to last an eternity, and yet ended far too soon. It was becoming a pattern you realized. Careful, I bite, you know. Ha 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 ha, 'cause he's a vampire, you know. There was a sultry tone to his voice. So, want to see my new apartment? You gave him a quizzical look. Isn't it like a 2-hour drive? Let me guess. 'Cause this couple moved out, he's gonna move there. I knew it! Something opened up nearby. Before you could process what he meant, he walked over to the apartment 7 and unlocked it. That's where the noisy neighbors moved out. He smirked at you. Looks like you're stuck with me. This is so convenient. I don't have to change my mailing address. You mean my mailing address? You both laughed. It's close enough. Oh, it's over. That was actually very cute. I mean, I'm not one for like cringy romantic things, but I don't know. I just feel like it's too cheesy for me sometimes. But this creator did a really good job. It was a very cute game. I liked it. Okay, so I believe this would be the end of this gameplay. So if you watch this all the way through, I very much appreciate it. And if you liked my gameplay, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. And hopefully you watch my next video that I upload. Thank you so much for watching. I seriously appreciate it a lot. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.